Honestly, the conference that I went to last year in California, there was one of the sessions was imposter syndrome. And that was when I was like, wow, I'm not the only one that feels like this. I hadn't been spoken about in my cohort. Everyone seemed so confident and thinking I'm like first gen. And I'm, wow, okay, I'm not alone. That's the moment.
I'm a second year in the Social Justice for Education program at University of San Diego. And so when I started my EDD program at Cal State San Bernardino, in my cohort, there were 4 Black individuals that I felt like, okay, we're going to have a community. It's going to be a little close knit, and that I can benefit and actually gain knowledge from those who are not like me, because there's a barrier that I'm able to break. But then once I left my program at Cal State San Bernardino and I was looking for a Holmes Scholars program specifically, because when I stumbled upon University of San Diego for the Social Justice and Education program, it's fully online. And so I was missing that connection that I'm getting at Cal State San Bernardino, but I was thankful that I found Holmes, because I knew I at least was going to see these people.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacqueline Rodriguez, and I'm the CEO of the National Center for Learning Disabilities, and you're listening to Ed Up Accelerated Excellence.
Welcome to the Ed Up Accelerated Excellence podcast, and we would like to share an opportunity for educators to contribute to our XE Listening Tour. This week, take time to listen to a community member regarding their educational excellence and equity experience, because we believe that by listening, we unlock the engine for powerful educational transformation. Share your insights via voicemail at edupxe.com, and your comments may be shared on air with the podcast. That's the XE Listening Tour at edupxe.com.
Welcome to Ed Up Accelerated Excellence, the podcast for the advancement of educational excellence and equity. And for today's episode, we are celebrating a truly monumental milestone in higher education, the 35th anniversary of the American Association of Colleges for Teacher Education, AACTE, Holmes Scholars program. 35 years and still going strong. Congratulations. For 3.5 decades, this program has been a premier incubator for equity, diversity, and cultural competence in academia. But to understand the massive footprint the Holmes Scholars program has on education today, we have to look back at how a quiet revolution in teacher preparation began. In the mid-1980s, a consortium of deans from major research universities came together with a radical idea known as the Holmes Group. Named after legendary education reformer Henry W. Holmes, they set out to challenge the harsh reality. Teacher preparation was deeply undervalued in higher education. They demanded academic rigor, but they also recognized an even glaring systematic failure: the profound lack of diverse faculty and administrators leading educator preparation programs. The initiative grew into the Holmes Partnership, creating a seamless bridge between P-12 schools, national education organizations, and universities. The core goal? To build a bulletproof pipeline that ensures those teaching our future educators actually reflect the diverse world we live in. And look at the return on investment. Today, the program boasts an unmatched degree completion and retention rate that blows national averages out of water. In fact, the community grew so strong that it sparked the creation of the National Association of Holmes Scholars Alumni, NASA. When we talk about the Holmes graduates, we are talking about people occupying the highest echelons within the field of education. We see alumni serving as university provosts, college deans, state policymakers, and corporate leaders. The Holmes legacy proves one thing. When you fund, mentor, and protect scholars from underrepresented backgrounds, they change the entire landscape of education. Today, we're honoring the 35th year legacy by looking directly at its future. Joining us for this episode are members of the National AACTE Holmes Scholars Council. And I'm going to ask each one of them to introduce themselves and give voice to their name as only they can. And let's talk about their experiences as being Holmes Scholars. So we'll start with our Madam President.
Hello, my name is Reyan Warren. I was a beginning Holmes Scholar at Cal State San Bernardino, now a continuing scholar at the University of San Diego, and current Holmes Scholar president for the years 2025 to 2027. Hello, I'm Yiwei, and I'm the historian in the Holmes Scholar. And this is the first year in the Holmes Scholars program. Yeah, and I'm the doctoral student at the University of San Diego.
And hi, I'm Lorena Valer. I am a Holmes Scholar from William Patterson University, and I am currently the social media coordinator.
Okay, so we have 3 council members, president, historian, and social media coordinator. Different parts of the U.S., East, West. Okay, so thinking about that, how influential was the Holmes Scholars program in your decision, if any, to pursue your doctoral degree at your current institution?
I can kick us off. The Holmes Scholar program has been significantly beneficial to me, so much so that when I began my EDD program at Cal State San Bernardino and then wanted to transition to a PhD program, I looked specifically for an institution that had a Holmes program because I just wanted to continue the familial connection that I was building, the bonds and the networking that I was getting, as well as the development that I was getting just as a doctoral student. And so it really has helped me throughout this journey, having the Holmes program as a connection that I've always leaned on.
So, Raylan, you started as a master's student, correct?
I started as the EDD student.
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. So it took a separate university.
Yes,
and then transferred to your current institution at San Diego, University of San Diego.
You got it.
Excellent.
I was actually not introduced to the Holmes Scholar program until I was already enrolled in my program. Just when it was first mentioned, I looked at what it stood for, and I think that I really went for it because of the community that I saw that they were able to build, the networking aspect of it. And I think that if in the future I were to ever seek somewhere else, I would want to be within the community again of Holmes Scholars, and I would also advocate for anyone to look for a place that is included in the Holmes Scholar community.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's like, for me, it's so strange. One thing is that actually when I came to the US, everything is new for me, and I have no idea about the doctoral degree, even like the Holmes Scholars program. But my parents said maybe you can just join this program and to meet multiple people. They come from different backgrounds, and then you can share your ideas, and maybe one day you can create a new ideas from that. So that's the reason why I want to come and to meet the different people. Yeah.
So I'm hearing a theme from all 3 of you: community.
Yeah.
So now that you're steeped in the program, what does Holmes Scholars community mean to you?
I think for me, it's like the bridge is to link different people from the different culture, and it's also like a space. It's offer a space, and you can have your own voice. You can speak anything you want to share.
Yeah, it's a safe space. It's just speaking to so many people, you see the intersectionality of it all, right? Even though I'm East and others are West, right? And in the middle, there's so much that we have in common, yet we're so different. We all bring so much to the table.
Yeah, I can only concur with my colleagues are saying. It's been wonderful meeting them and being around them, and then you meet just amazing other people like you, Dr. Easley. So I think this is just an amazing amalgamation of what the world can actually bring together.
Thank you for that. So I'm just wondering, thinking about community, can you give one example that if it had not been for the Holmes program, that you would probably say your program will be more of a struggle at this current point, because you're all at different points in your doctoral studies. So I think first, probably, where are you in your program? And then how has this community been a positive attribute for you?
For me, I'm in an EDD program, which is 3 years, so I'm entering the third year. And I am the youngest one in my cohort. There's only 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
They're all later in the years of their career. I'm a second grade teacher, and I didn't identify with anyone in my cohort. And it was this that I don't think that enjoying, not maybe the age difference is also a thing, right? Race and age difference, right? I think it's easier to see, like, where I don't relate to them as having kids and doing that part of life, where here we're all very active in the community, but also just, I guess, background-wise, right, demographic-wise, we can relate. So I don't think that I would be having the same dream. I was not part of the Holmes community.
Yeah, okay, so, and I do know that among scholars, current scholars, there's a dearth or a range of age and personal, professional, cultural differences and backgrounds. What would be one specific moment that you realize, oh, thank goodness for this Holmes Scholars program existing and thriving in your current cohort at your home institution?
Honestly, the conference that I went to last year in California, there was one of the sessions was imposter syndrome. And that was when I was like, wow, I'm not the only one that feels like this. I hadn't been spoken about in my cohort. Everyone seemed so confident and thinking I'm like first gen, and I'm, wow, okay, I'm not alone. That's the moment.
I'm a second year in the Social Justice for Education program at University of San Diego. And so when I started my EDD program at Cal State San Bernardino, in my cohort, there were 4 Black individuals that I felt like, okay, we're going to have a community. It's going to be a little close-knit, and that I can benefit and actually gain knowledge from those who are not like me, because there's a barrier that I'm able to break. But then once I left my program at Cal State San Bernardino, and I was looking for a Holmes Scholars program specifically, because when I stumbled upon University of San Diego for the Social Justice and Education program, it's fully online. And so I was missing that connection that I'm getting at Cal State San Bernardino, but I was thankful that I found Holmes, because I knew I at least was going to see these people and these scholars twice a year. I was at least going to have to talk to them every month. I was at least going to have that extended outreach that I'm missing by going into my classes every day. And so Cal State San Bernardino really taught me how much being around people is what I thrive off of. Being in community, seeing people's smiling faces is what I thrive off.
And so that was the impetus for how, when you decide to transition, you're looking for community in some regards.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something about meeting twice a year as Holmes Scholars. Can you flesh that out for us a bit? What are those 2 times a year that you anticipate that you're going to meet as a group?
Yeah. So last year, or my first year in Holmes, when I went to the annual Holmes Free Conference, I was just so enamored by everybody around, the suits, the business casuals, the outfits. It was just the people from coast to coast. It was so cool. And I guess I was probably all over the place, because that was why they was like, you going to be the next president. I was like, oh, dang, I don't know what I got myself into. But then when I came back my second year, I was like, wow, I have the annual pre-conference to look forward to that happens every February. And I know that if I'm not doing something, I'm doing that. And then Washington Week has now just been part of who I am. I tell people now, I'm like, I work on the Hill. I'm like, you don't know what I do. I work on the Hill. So I'm like, this is something that I look forward to, these 2 events, because I at least know I'm going to be in community twice a year. And that's what I look forward to.
So what about the rest of the both of you? The conference that happens every year, often referred to as the pre-conference, is part of the AACTE annual meeting, in which the Holmes Scholars and Holmes Scholars alumni and those who support the Holmes Scholars meet a few days prior to the kickoff of the annual meeting. And then again, we're here in DC for Washington Week 2026. So whatever your experiences around either one, the annual meeting or pre-conference and Washington Week.
Like for the pre-conferences, it's like you can show your posters and you can show your different topic with each others, and maybe they can give you some suggestion for your research. And like last time, actually, I use English activity for the posters, and some people come to my poster and to join the activity to help me find the new directions for my next research. So I think that is the one goal that I want to join to the pre-conferences. Yeah.
For me, I think the first year was very, I got scared of what could be, right? I went in and I saw again the poster presentations, people doing the round tables, and just the conversations that were happening and how, again, safe a space it is. That's what this year encouraged me to do a round table and be able to get that feedback. And I really appreciate how everyone, though we're here focused on education, there's like the K-12, the higher ed, and just everyone's different expertise, I think is what makes me the most excited to hear about, because although they might be very different topics, at some point, again, it intersects.
So the idea then essentially is, as a Holmes Scholar, if you attend the pre-conference or annual meeting more than once, you can present more than once.
Yeah.
And get feedback.
Absolutely. The feedback is the most important part, because you want to see what direction you can take your research. You want to see how your topic can flourish and it can grow into something, or how it can diminish, as I just learned. I'm just learning on my own. Maybe you don't need 2-3 questions. You can let your research breathe off of that one question and let it flourish. So the feedback is something that's the most important. And I think sometimes the feedback can help you to fix some wrong things, small wrong things you can't now find, but others they will point out that.
So I'm gonna go back, because I was part of that conversation, not diminish your but perhaps refine it.
Refine.
And I want to go back to this comment made earlier about imposter syndrome. So tell us about this idea of and I heard all of you talk about being excited that first year of going to the pre-conference, the annual meeting, and in some ways being, I don't want to say intimidated, but mesmerized by you're joining now folks who've been in the program 1 or 2 years. This is your first year. How does that help you to address this idea of I may not be good enough when you come to the annual conference?
I guess I would say just everyone's authenticity. No one's afraid to say, this is where I was and now this is where I am, right? Everyone's very true about their background, where they came from. And even our president, she was in one program and then chose to be in another one, right? But she's continuing the work. I think that was very nice, the authenticity of Bible.
Yeah, for me, it's things like the stage, and you can just show yourself, and you can just focus on your heart and to say something about yourself.
Without feeling as though you're going to be received in a negative way. So all three of you are council members. Wow, in some ways that kind of makes you politicians, right? Because you have to accept the nomination, you have to have your name now added to the ballot, you have to make a case for why you should be elected. So I have 2 questions. Why, or what inspired you to run for a council position, and what does that feel like to be on the ballot and have to make a case that, hey, look at me, I have something to contribute to this community, and you should consider?
I actually nominated myself, and I was just like, why not? So I actually, one of my sorority sisters had just graduated from law school, and she made in her speech, she said something about sometimes you're in a room and you're thinking like, why are these people are so smart? But remember, you're also in the room, right? So I think that stinks with me. So that's why I nominated myself. I was like, why not? Why not take this chance? And at first, I wasn't running against anyone. But then someone nominated. I was also nominated, and then that's when it became a little more scary. But hearing my name, I was like, I'm glad I took that chance. Even if I wouldn't have, my name would have been seen by the schools, right? Everyone that gets the emails, my name was out there, and I think that's also good for networking purposes, right? So.
Oh, that's right, because the nomination is email ballot. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm not sorry, not nominations. The ballot, the voting is email.
Mm-hmm, right.
Yeah, right. So it goes out to the entire network. Great. So you are the
social
media coordinator.
Yes.
Tell us about the influence of that role.
Social media is just everyone is on it, right? I think it's such a powerful tool, and I love being creative. So for me, doing those flyers is like my stress reliever. So I was like, if I can also advocate for people and put a voice to them, or just show the pictures and show them off and all the great work that we're doing, that was something that I want to take part of this.
So for the listeners, paint a picture of one of the products that comes from being a social media campaign manager for the Holmes Scholars program.
I mean, I'm always doing flyers. I enjoy them, and she must email me like, hey, you have time? I was like, I do have the time. I will make the time to do that. And I think it's increased our engagement online, right? We have people like even coordinated a little game for today, right? People are tagging us. I'm hoping that we get more reposts, and then even AACTE is reposting what we have. So even if it's not just in the Holmes Scholar community, right? It's a bigger community than with the AACTE social media page. So.
Yeah, so for me, I think as a beginning, just one reason pushed me to run this position is because I just want to have the chance to meet English speakers, to practice my own English, and to learn the English culture. Yeah, so because that is so different with my mother language, so I think maybe this position can help me to link different people that speak better English than me. Yeah, so that's the most important reason for me. Yeah, so when I got the history, I found that I can interview different researchers and to summarize their perspective, and to write some articles to show their ideas to others. I think that is good because I like writing something. The Chinese people always good at writing and reading, but not good at listening and speaking. So I think this position can help me to learn how to practice my own English, and can also help me to use my writing skills. So yeah, so that is a mixed position for me. It's good.
So I really like that because it's also impactful for the program, but it also helps you to stretch yourself
in
oral and oral skills. Okay, Madam President.
Like I said, that first year at Cal State San Bernardino, when I walked into the pre-conference, I guess I was just all over the place. And shout out to Dr. Chang, Charles Barnes, and Dr. Amelia Rivera. They were amazing, and they just spotted me out in the crowd, and they were like, hey, you want to be the next president? And I was like, wait a minute, I just didn't even eat breakfast yet. Can you let me sit down? And then as the year just unfurled itself, I just found myself more and more drawn to what the Holmes Scholar Council was doing. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I can do that too, like Lorena said. And I've been in this position 2 years now. So 2025, 2026, I want to shout out. This is an amazing council I had in that first year. It was awesome working with them, watching them go off to their different venues, their different dreams and educational bounds. It was just wonderful. And then now this year, 2026, 2027, these girls are dope. Lorena is up probably at 6 in the morning before she even does anything else. She gonna check that phone, and she is always on it. Anything I call her for, anything I text her for, she's down to do it all, and she supports the council 1,000%. And then Yiwei is just that girl. I told her, I was like, hey, I want you to start writing for the Holmes Bulletin. And she was like, okay, these are my ideas. And she got back to me proposing 2 pages. It was all, and I was like, dang, it's awesome to meet amazing people who want to do amazing work. And I've always had the thought that amazing people know amazing people. And I'm like, wow, for me to know them, I must be doing something right.
Amazing people know amazing people.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you for listening to the EdUp Accelerated Excellence podcast, and we would like to share an opportunity for educators to contribute to our XE listening tour. This week, take time to listen to a community member regarding their educational excellence and equity experience, because we believe that by listening, we unlock the engine for powerful educational transformation. Share your insights via voicemail at edupxe.com, and your comments may be shared on air with the podcast. That's the XE listening tour at edupxe.com.
Okay, Holmes Scholars program has been around for 35 years. So, from your perspective, what does that legacy mean? And thinking forward, because you're not always going to be in your doctoral programs, how will you contribute to that legacy? Or what will be your contribution to that legacy?
That's a good question.
What does that legacy mean, and how will you be a contributor to the legacy beyond 35 years?
I hope people see, just as Lorena said, that you can do it too. I hope that people can see that, in that your authenticity is what is going to shine brightest in the room. And so if you just come into a position and you love yourself enough to want to say that I'm here, you can do this too. And that's just been my biggest thing, is that some people may be shy to speak up. Some people may have that reservation of silence. And silence, sometimes in its most powerful form, can do you some good. But I want people to see that I'm not cookie cutter perfect. I'm the first one to say that my shoes stink too. So, I'm always going to be real with you, but there's a part of you that always can say you can do it too. So my legacy is just be authentic. Run to the top. Who gonna stop you?
I can see that in you. So I'm just saying that because I come to the conference every year. So yes, I remember your first year. I don't know if there's anyone who you did not meet. So yes, you are one that's a self-starter, at least socially. Not everybody has that same aptitude, but I think that you said this idea of be yourself, and I keep going back to the imposter syndrome. I think it's safe to say that at least in the environment when you come to a Holmes convening, it feels safe to be yourself. So 35-year legacy, and what will be your contribution to that legacy going forward?
I would say I want people to remember that we need to be uncomfortable, or comfortable getting uncomfortable, right? I think that just putting ourselves in a position, like me saying, I'm going to put myself out there regardless, right? Yiwei mentioning how this is going to help her English skills, right? And I hope that people see that, right? And then maybe she'll inspire the next person to do that. Those that are very outgoing and social, she's going to choose who the next president's going to be, right? Other people that may see me, I'm not such a social butterfly like that, but I hope that other people like me can continue doing this, right? Continue to become leadership roles that make a difference.
Yeah, they say, I just want people to say that there is a stage that you can show yourself to the whole world. And you can just do yourself, and you can just open your mouth, whether your English is good or not. You have the chance, and you can just choose by yourself.
So, closing thoughts, and I'm going to try something new that we haven't done before, but if you had to say 3 words that describes the magnitude of the Holmes Scholars program, 35 years in and going strong, what would those 3 words be? And because you're academics, you can hyphenate them. But let's make sure it's a true hyphenated word. This is what we call way turn.
Yeah, right. Because it's so hard. It is hard. You said all these words. Use my 3. I will probably say invigorating, purposeful, and I'm stuck between contributing or triumphant. But I like triumphant.
Okay, triumphant, invigorating. What was the one in the middle? Purposeful.
That's my Lorena the girl.
Because I was going to say that.
Holy shit. Did we play Bye Felicia yesterday? You ain't played it, pick it up. Yeah, those are my breed.
Okay, let's say it one more time, all 3 together.
Purposeful. Contributing. That's contributing. And triumphant.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. And just say multicultural. And another one is a really easy word is star. Because here you are just a star, a superstar.
One more. Yeah, so multicultural. Superstar. Supportive.
Yeah.
Community, empowerment, and authenticity.
Community, empowerment, authenticity. So I want to say that I appreciate this time to speak with each of you, collectively our 2026 current Representative Council members here at AACTE Washington Week in Washington, D.C. in recognition of the 35th anniversary of the Holmes Scholars program. So thank you for this opportunity to learn with and from you here in EdUp Accelerated Excellence, where we seek to advance educational excellence and effort.
You made it. Yeah, it was a good job.
Thank you. I see all these smiles.
I hope I was being so clear on it. You can understand my meaning. Always.
Everything's great.
Thank you for engaging with EdUp Accelerated Excellence, a member of the EdUp Experience Network of educational podcasts, and we encourage you to participate in our XE listening tour by listening to Educational the Stories of Others and sharing your thoughts with us at edupxe.com. You can find this and other episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Radio, YouTube, and other outlets where you listen to your favorite podcasts. If you like this episode, don't forget to follow us and share within your network. To leave a comment or suggest a guest, contact us online at edupxe.com.
A special thanks to our research assistant, Emma Worthington, a PhD student of Fordham University's School Psychology program. And we want to hear from you. If you have feedback on this or other episodes, or would like to nominate a guest, contact us online at edupxe.com, where you can leave an email or a voice message. That's edupxe.com.